So we're going to look at the accumulation of a monthly investment of $100 a month for 30 years at an annual interest rate of 5%. And so we'll set up a spreadsheet in Excel to look at this growth. And first of all, I have these columns: month, balance, investment, interest, and accumulated amount. And we'll go through these. So first of all, the month is 360 months. So if you start off in Excel with a pattern of, let's say, 1 and 2, and you scroll it down, it will recognize the pattern, and then you just scroll it down to 360. So there's your month. The second thing is that we're thinking of, initially I have a balance of 0, I have nothing in my account. And then my investment, you may want to make a note somewhere, this is done at the end of the month. So the investment is done at the end of the month, and so initially I'm going to put in $100 into that investment. And so the interest is actually calculated on the balance, because my investment is coming at the end of the month. My first month's interest will actually be equal to, so here's where you use the Excel formulas, equal to, and what is it equal to? The balance, so I'm referring to that previous cell, times the interest rate of 0.05 divided by 12, because we want to make it a monthly interest rate. So my accumulated amount will be the sum of those three cells, the sum of the balance plus, so that's B5 plus C5 plus D5. So the sum of those three cells gives me how much I have in my account after 1 month. So I put in the $100 at the end of the month, and that's all I have, no interest yet. So the second month now, we're going to have equal to whatever that accumulated amount is. That's going to be my new balance. And of course, my second month investment will be $100, just like before. So now the interest is going to be equal to, remember, just the balance times 0.05 / 12. That's the interest now after 2 months, 42 cents, 40.41666. And then the accumulated amount, again, is equal to the sum of B6 plus C6 plus D6. Now, if you're doing a spreadsheet for yourself, you would have different cells to refer to, but the idea is we're summing up the balance, the monthly investment, I'm adding $100 every month, and the interest. So the third month now, we could do the same thing. Now in Excel, you can actually pull down from the previous cell, it copies. So if I pull this down, it copies what I had in the previous cell, and it changes the reference. Notice here it says equal E6. So E6 was this cell. Okay, and that's what we did before. And again, with the payment, now the only thing with the payment, if you pull it down, actually it didn't increase it by 1, so it kept it the same, which is fine. And then the interest, you pull that down, it's going to calculate the interest on $200.42, which if you check it, that's what it's doing, B7 times 0.05 divided by 12. And similarly with this cell, the last one, if you pull that down, that would have calculated the accumulated amount, the sum of those three cells, the balance plus the new investment plus the interest for that month. So if we continue this here, we pull that down, we highlight the whole row, we pull down the whole row, that's next for the next month. And then now it starts to increase this investment. I have to go back and make that 100. And so on. It will continue to do this for 360 months. So if you actually highlight 2 rows, it recognizes the pattern better. And so I can scroll that down now to 360. And we could see that after the 360 month, I would have accumulated $83,225.86. So after 30 years, I'm going to have that amount in investment. Now, how much interest would I have accumulated? Well, remember this column, this second column, this fourth column here was the interest, right? So if I sum that column, that would tell me how much interest I have. So that's what we're going to do. So let's sum the columns. So total interest in that, somewhere below that, we're going to equal the sum of, what are we summing? So sum parentheses, and then I'm going to sum up that entire column. So start with here with 0, come all the way down to this last number, and then close the parentheses, and that's the total interest I would have generated on my money, $47,225.86. But my account, because I'm putting 100 every month, is worth $83,225.86. Now imagine if I put more than 100, or if I could get more than 5% interest. So think of those differences, and you might want to experiment around with this idea of accumulating money.